Welcome to solverfy.
All right, in question 35, we're looking at the interaction between a liquid and a flat surface. And so we're looking at the difference between cohesion, where cohesion is the attraction of the particles for each other, and adhesion, which is the attraction for the liquid particles to the surface. So we're looking at the difference between cohesion and adhesion. So again, this is between the liquid particles between themselves. And this one is between the liquid and the surface that it's on. All right, so in part A, they ask us, in which of these diagrams, 1 or 2, do the adhesive forces between the surface and the liquid exceed the cohesive forces within the liquid? So we want to see which ones the adhesive is greater. So I'm going to put up the first. In this one, we've got a beaded droplet. And so this has very strong cohesive forces because the forces that are holding all these guys inward, attracted to each other, is what's causing this to bead up. So in this one, we have high cohesive forces. In figure 2, we have our surface, and the water is, or the liquid is just kind of in a little puddle right there. And so in this one, the liquid has a lot more attraction for the surface because it's spreading out along the surface instead of beating up on itself. So this one has high adhesion. All right, so let's look at this again, or look at the question again. We are trying to find the one where the diagram in which the adhesion forces are greater than the cohesion. So in this one, the adhesion forces are greater in figure 2. Part B says which of these diagrams, 1 or 2, represents what happens to water on a nonpolar surface. So if water is on a nonpolar surface, it is not going to be attracted to the surface at all. You're going to get very little cohesion because water is polar, right? Water is a polar molecule, and it's going to be repelled by a nonpolar molecule. It's definitely not going to form attractions with a nonpolar molecule or nonpolar surface. Therefore, it's going to have stronger cohesion forces. It's going to bead up like this, like figure 1, because it's much more attracted to itself, and it's going to form hydrogen bonds with itself, and it's not going to want to be near the surface if at all possible. In part C, it says which of these diagrams, 1 or 2, represents what happens to water on a polar surface. So now if water is on a polar surface, it is going to be attracted to the surface. And since spread out is more likely to happen than beaded up, because this is going to have a higher entropy, it's just more likely to happen. It's going to want to interact with this polar surface, and therefore adhesion is going to win out, and it's going to be number 2.